the Geeky Girls Knit Podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash, a bit weird.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 4th of March, 2015, and this is episode 130. The one with all the announcements. Make sure you stay to the very end of the show because we have so many announcements. Could you even believe when I told you everything we were going to be announcing? There's a lot of stuff, so stay tuned. We'd like to say a big hi. Welcome back. We love you. To all our returning viewers, and a big hello to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Damaris, we had some new people introduce themselves this week. Why don't you give them a little shout out?
Okay. Jackie, who is 4J from the UK. Sarah, who is A Spell of Winter from the UK. Carolyn, who is CS Porter from Oregon. Dana, who is Jazzy Starshine from Taiwan. And Lauren, who is Bohemian Wilds.
Welcome to the group. We're very glad you've joined us. Damaris, if somebody is not a member of the group, what should they do?
Join.
And then what?
Introduce yourself in our introductions thread and you'll get a shout out on our next episode.
That's right. You have to be a member of the group to participate in any of our giveaways or the cows if you want to win a prize. So it's a good idea to join right now. Okay, well, like I said, we have a lot to talk about this week, so we probably should get started.
Yep.
Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
So Damaris, what's on your needles?
Socks, still.
Ooh, pretty. So tell us about these.
They're on US 1.5, 2.5 millimeters, and the yarn is Knit Pick Stroll hand painted in the Make Believe colorway.
And these are for a friend of yours?
Yep.
How much did you get done in the last week? You moved your marker, didn't you?
Yep.
That's a pretty good amount. Let me see. Well, probably about 1.5 inches, I think, probably. So how far away are you from doing the heel? Because they're looking long. But I know her feet are bigger than mine.
Not very far, I think.
Wait a minute. Oh, hold on. I have a tape measure. Okay. Where's the end? There. Come on. Lay flat. You're at almost 7.5 inches. How much did you need to do before the...
7.4.
So you might be right there ready to do the heel.
Yeah.
I think you are. I think you're ready to do the heel. Because it'll stretch some. Okay, well then I guess after we finish recording and editing, I need to walk you through Bishop's Kiss heel. Because that's the first time you're doing it for the first time.
Yep.
Very cool. Anything else you want to say?
No.
All right.
So what's on your needles?
A lot of stuff. If you could see my lap right now, it's covered, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so first up in my design bag is the first pattern for the 3rd edition of the Doctor Who Companion Sock Club. And I am half a pattern repeat and the cuff away from being done with the first sock. So I should be done before the weekend with the first sock, and then I need to do a little bit of figuring for the second sock before I start knitting it. So, and get it typed up and ready for testers. So, yay! Then next up is my Mama Vertebrae. This is a pattern by Kelly Brooker, and I'm using Yarnorama in the Cerise colorway. That's all I've got left of this skein. We've got another skein actually sitting right in front of us that needs to be wound, because that's all I have left. And I'm on US 2, 2.75 and US 3, 3.25 mil. Now you'll notice that this skein of yarn is not connected to the sweater. You know why?
Why?
Because I bound off the body. Okay, let me see. Let me get it. Okay, so here's the back of the sweater. And can you show them the green markers where I started at this week? Pop it up though, because it's making it look less. So yeah, so I did the rest of the body, and then I decided to do the garter edging on it. So now what? So I haven't decided if I'm going to pick up and do the button band that's not really a button band, because this only comes like right here. It's just meant to cover your back and your arms. So I haven't decided if I'm going to pick up and do the button band yet or do the sleeves. Wow, the sun just went nuts. I don't know if you can even see anything. So anyway, yeah. So I'm thinking I'll probably do button band first and then the sleeves. Okay, and then next up in my Psychedelic Frogs bag is the BFF Cal, which is a free pattern on Knitty by Isolde Teague and Tiny Owl Knits. I'm using US 7's 4.5 mil needles, and I'm using King Cole Bounty Erin in the pink mist colorway. So this is the one that Damaris did both pieces of it a year ago, and I'm just not getting around to doing it. But I made a lot of progress on this week. I have one full repeat and the partial repeat left on this piece. It needs to be blocked. It looks so much better stretched out. See how cool that looks? And then I'll put it on waste yarn, and then I'll do a provisional cast on and cast on the second half. We haven't decided yet which piece of which one you want. Whether you want the purple one of this or the pink one, because we do opposite. Because the other piece is a different pattern.
Yeah.
So we have to decide. We'll each get a purple and it's kind of a lavender and a pink piece, but they'll be opposites. So I'm working on that. And then it's falling out. And then finally, in my Eiffel Tower bag, I am doing a pair of CC's Vanilla Cappuccino socks, which is a free pattern from me. And I'm using US 1.5's 2.5 needles, and I'm using Spun Right Round Snappy Socks in the Bubble colorway. And I just measured off camera. Hold on, the yarn is like all twisted here. I just measured it off camera, and I need like 5 rows before I'm ready to do the heel. It's picking up the reds and the yellows, but it's not picking up the blues and the greens very much. So I will do the Fish Lips Kiss heel on it, and then I'll be ready to work on the leg. I want to get that done. I want to get the Fish Lips Kiss heel done before Friday, because we're meeting some friends for coffee, and so I don't want to be working on the heel. Then I want to be able to just knit on the leg. So, yay! And that's everything that's on my needles.
Going to talk about her finished project.
And I just have one this week. This is Preemie Hat number 9 for this year. It's from my free top-down Preemie Hat pattern on Ravelry, and it's on US 6's 4 mil needles, and I don't know what the yarn is. I used 2 different colorways of yarn from the bag of leftover scraps that Kelly, who is Kelly Cron on Ravelry, sent to me. So I have the purple, the kind of heathered purple, but then I have this blue and green and purple, and I had just a smidge left over of, well, not a smidge, I had a little bit left over of the purple, but I didn't feel like it was enough to warrant saving it and doing on another hat. So I made the ribbing longer, and then I just folded it up, and so it's just a little bit different look from how I normally do them. It's still wet because we were blocking it, and it didn't get to dry because it's been really cold here. It snowed yesterday, so, and the day before. So, yeah, so I finished that. Yay. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show. Yummies. What are yummies, Mare?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. So first up, a huge, 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 huge thank you. I'm trying to put stuff down that I'm going to show you in a minute. Much love for your support of my free pattern. So last week I released my free CC's Vanilla Cappuccino Socks recipe on Ravelry, and if you have not gotten it yet, go to the show notes and there's a link. All you need to do is go to the link, which is eepearl, like knitting, PURL.com/M lowercase FCDJ, but the link, like I said, is in the show notes. So you subscribe to my Java Pearl Designs newsletter, and then you'll get an email from MailChimp asking you to confirm your email address. So you click on the yes, I don't remember exactly what it says, yes, I confirm, or whatever it says. Click on the button, it confirms it, and then they send you one more email that gives you the coupon code and the link for where you need to go to download the pattern. And it's yours free. It goes in your Ravelry library forever. So, Last week it got up to number 17 on the Hot Right Now Patterns on Ravelry, and probably for about 60 hours it was, so about 2.5 days, it was in the top 40 on Ravelry every day. So, and that's all because of y'all. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you much. And by signing up for the newsletter, you get to find out about all these exciting things that are happening. And I've got one ready to send out to you next week. Okay, what's next? Oh, do you want to talk about it?
I don't think I can talk about it.
Oh, it's so sad. Leonard Nimoy from Star Trek died this week. Live long and prosper. And so, of course, there was so much news written about it. And I happened across this video. It's actually from the New York Times, but I found the YouTube link for it so I could put the video in the show notes. And it's an interview with Leonard Nimoy talking about the origin of the Vulcan salute. So it was really, really interesting. So our hearts go out to his family, and live long and prosper. Where's your live long and prosper? There you go. Okay, so now I can be able to show you the goodies that were in the Outlander socks kit that I did with Julia from Handy as Jewels. So y'all have already seen the yarn that Julia dyed, which was Lollybrock, and the sock pattern that I designed, the Lady of Lollybrock. But there were some extras in there that I couldn't show you yet because we were keeping them secret till people received their parcels in the post. So, something that was in there that I don't have with me is Julia put in 4 Celtic knot buttons to go on the socks, and they were very, very similar to the ones I used. She just sourced them locally, so they looked a smidge different, but not enough that it wasn't a big deal. So she didn't send me those because I didn't need them. I already had some. So, but what she did send me was, we got 2 badges. Keep calm and in a fash. And, oops, it's upside down. Sassenach. It's reflecting. I don't know if you can see it. So those 2 badges. And then also from Vintage Rose. Her shop is vintageroseloves.com. Julia, I'm going to set those right there on you for a second. Julia had made, for the club, for the kit, a wee sheepy stitch marker. Isn't it adorable? It's not a flat one, it's a 3D one. So there's the back. And let's see if I can turn it. Come on. Come on, wee sheepy. There. There he is from the front. It's adorable. And I have been waiting to use it, because I didn't want to use it until after I showed it to y'all. So, yay. So that was fabulous. Yay. I'm excited. Also, yesterday, I got a parcel in the post. A very gold, shiny parcel from the Golden Skein. I'm not going to show you the yarn this week because not everybody's received theirs yet. So it's actually sitting right across the room over there, and it's gorgeous. And I already know what I'm making with all 3 skeins of it. So if you don't know about the Golden Skein, it is a collaboration between Jo, who is Shiny Bees on Ravelry, and Kate, and I don't know what her Ravelry name is. They take a picture for each quarter of the year, so there's 4 per year, and they give this picture for the quarter to 3 different dyers, and the dyers get to dye whatever yarn they want. It's all fingering weight, but it's got there's been all different kinds of mixes, some with nylon, some not with nylon, based on the picture. And this, as you'll remember, hopefully, when I started my yarn diet, Golden Skein was one of my caveats because I had already signed up for the membership for the entire, for the quarter 4 from 2014, and then I'd already signed up for all of 2015. So, the picture for quarter 1 that just arrived is a butterfly. Is it a monarch? Are the orange with black, is that monarch?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But it wasn't orange, it was red.
It looks orange to me. It's an orangey red. With black, and it's on kind of a pinketed purple. pinky. I can't talk today, apparently. Pink and purple flowers. So, the Hubs has claimed one of the skeins for socks for him. Another of them will be socks for me, and the other will be a shawl. So, I will show you all of those next week. I promise. Okay, what else? And now let me talk about my yarn diet. After I just added 3 new skeins to my stash. But, yes, that was my caveat. So it's been 4 months and 5 days since I bought yarn, not including my golden skein caveat or gifts, as we discussed last week in Ask the Geeky Girls. So, all right. Is there anything else before we do pictures?
No.
Nope. All right. So next up is hashtag #GGKCraftyPad. What is it, Damaris?
You take a look. Well, it stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge.
Yes.
And you take a look at our prompt list for the month and take a picture related to that prompt and post it anywhere you like, but we pick our favorites from Instagram.
So, what is the theme for this month?
Colors.
Yes, colors. So, some of the ones we picked were from the tail end of February, which was alphabet soup. Yeah, March's colors other than during Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and we'll talk about that in just a couple minutes. So what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
So here come the photos. So those were our favorite photos from this week. So great job, everybody. It's never too late to join in. Just look at the prompts list and take a picture. What is today's prompt? I think it's purple.
Purple.
Is that why you wore a purple shirt?
No.
No. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to take a picture of. Purple. I'm not knitting anything purple. Purple. I'm going to have to think on that.
Yeah.
My nails are purple. Well, they're kind of lavender. Does that count?
Sure.
Okay, good. I'm glad we have my answer. All right, let's talk about upcoming events that we're going to be attending. First up, in just over a week. Oh my gosh, Nurse, just over a week. Is Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Saturday and Sunday, March 14th and 15th here in Edinburgh at the Corn Exchange. We'll be there both days because I'm vending with my patterns with Sam Knit Run Dig's project bags. And, okay, so let me think. We've got a bunch to talk about it. And you've heard it before, but I'm going to just say it again because, yeah. So we are doing, as part of the Podcaster Lounge, a special hashtag #GGKCraftyPad EYF edition. So we have picked, y'all suggested prompts, and then we did a vote on our top 5, and the prompts that were picked are, for Saturday is Shenanigans, and Sunday is Enabling, and there's going to be prizes if you take a photo that applies to the prompts, and you hashtag it with both hashtag #GGKCraftyPad and hashtag EYF2015. And then we will randomly choose winners and announce them on the podcast the week after EYF. What else? Oh, Sam has made these beautiful tote bags. They're a really good size.
Yeah.
And she's embroidered on them Java Pearl Designs and Knit Run Dig Edinburgh Yarn Festival 2015. And there's these wee sheepies, and they're knitting a peacock blue and pink sweater because those are our favorite colors. Sam's is the peacock blue and mine is the pink. So, these are available to pre-order. So, let me tell you about them. The bag is 35.5 centimeters wide and 41.5 centimeters high with 66 centimeter straps. And you can pre-order it for collection at EYF. If you pre-order it, it'll be £4. If you wait until the day of, they'll be £5 each, or they'll be free if you spend £30 or more on my patterns and Sam's bags combined. So you could buy a project bag from her and patterns from me, and if it makes £30 together, you'll get one free. But these will be only available as supplies last, while supplies last. So if you want to pre-order yours to get it for £4, you need to send an email to Sam at knitrundig, so KNITRUNDIG @gmail.com, and then she'll do a PayPal invoice for you, and then you can pick up your bag from us at EYF. So it's so cute. I'm ready to use it. It's fabulous. I probably should write my name inside it if I'm going to use it at EYF, so that we don't get them mixed up with the other ones. But I love it, love it, love it. So that is all of the EYF news that I can think of. I was just talking to Sam before we recorded about some stuff for EYF. We are going to have retreat signups at EYF. So I'll talk about the retreat more in a minute. But you can sign up in our booth for the retreat. So yay. Alright, I think that's all for EYF right now, unless I think of something else further in the podcast. If so, I'll just be like, wait, I just thought of it. Can you think of anything else?
No.
It's going to be insane, but we're excited. Okay, why don't you tell us about the next item on the list?
You are going to iKnit Fandango.
Yes.
On Friday the 15th and Saturday the 16th of May at the Royal Horticultural Halls, Lindley Hall, Westminster, London.
Yes. So I will be there. I'm going by myself.
By myself.
I don't want to be all by myself anymore. And so I won't be all by myself for very long because I'll meet Sam in London, because she and I are both going to vend together at iKnit Fandango. So if you're in the London area, May 15th and 16th, you should come. I was looking at the vendor list this morning, and there's some really great vendors, so I'm really excited about that. And then what's the next one?
The Indiebro Yarn Crawl 2015 will be on the Saturday the 13th and Sunday the 14th of June.
Yes. There's a link in the show notes about it, and also about Edinburgh Yarn Festival and iKnit Fandango. There's links all in the show notes. There's going to be more announcements about the Edinburgh Yarn Crawl after EYF, so we'll keep you updated. And finally, the Geeky Puffin Knit Palooza at the Gillis Centre here in Edinburgh, the 29th of October through the 1st of November. Retreat signups are still going on, and like I said a minute ago, we'll be doing signups at EYF as well. But if you want to sign up right now, how could they do that?
By going to geekypuffin.blogspot.co.uk.
That's right. And there's retreat signups there. We have quite a few twin rooms left, which it's 2 twin beds, but in a shared room. And then we also have the non-residential passes. If you want to participate in the retreat, but you don't want somewhere to sleep. So the non-residential passes get everything except for a place to sleep. So all that's signed up. Yeah, are you telling them which puffins are each of us? And the single rooms and the family rooms sold out already. So, but we have a big announcement coming. Did you know this?
I did.
Do you know now?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure you know. But they don't know.
No.
No, not yet. But guess what?
You will soon.
And do you know who gets to know first?
You?
I mean, like, first outside of us.
I don't know.
Those who are already signed up for the retreat, they're going to get to know the announcement early on Friday night.
Wow.
And then everybody else will find out on Saturday.
Wow.
So, we're very excited about this. It's a new teacher and a new class, and the class will be for all the retreat attendees. It will not be one of the 6 that you got to choose from. It's a bonus class. Isn't that fabulous? So we'll do the official announcement on Saturday, and the teacher will also be announcing it herself. So I can't say too much because I don't want y'all to guess who it is. And then on our podcast next week, we'll talk about more of the details of the new teacher. Okay? All right. Well, I think that's everything for Yummies. So let's move on to the next segment. I cannot talk. Segment?
Way
what?
Segway.
Oh, to ride on through the mall?
Sure.
Okay, there was a guy when I worked at the hospital, he had one, and he would ride it into the hospital. Craziness. Okay, let's move on.
Now I'm going to talk about what we're reading and watching.
So what are you reading, Mare?
I am reading Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury.
So how far are you, do you think?
I don't even know.
You haven't read as much because you've been working on a research paper.
Yes.
So you need to finish up the paper. Mm-hmm. But you're on break next week from school.
Yes.
So you might if you can finish your research paper before next week, then you could finish reading the book next week while you're off. I think that's a good idea. Okay. I am still reading my nonfiction book number 3 for this year, which is Soulful Spirituality, Becoming Fully Alive and Deeply Human by David G. Benner, and I think I'm at about the halfway point now. Yeah. And then do you want to say the next one? Because all 3 of us are reading it.
Sure. We're all reading The Cross-Shattered Christ, Meditations on the 7 Last Words by Stanley Hauerwas.
Yes. So yeah. And then fiction-wise, I read 2 books from the Rose Gardner mystery series by Denise Grover Swank. I read book number 5, which is 32 and a half Complications, and book number 6, which is 33 and a half Shenanigans. And those were pretty good. The next one's coming out sometime this spring, I think. So, and then I'm also reading the Magnificent Devices series, which is a steampunk adventure series by Shelley Adina. And I had already read books number 1 through 4, but then I got 5, 6, and 7 for Christmas. So I'm rereading the first 4. So I've read all the way through book 1, which was Lady of Devices, and I'm currently reading book 2, which is her own devices. So if you like steampunk, it's a good series. And then finally, we're reading Virtual Gilmore together. Mm-hmm. We're into season 9. If you don't know, there's a link in the show notes, but this is a fan fiction, fan-written continuation of the Gilmore Girls series. So they did seasons 8, 9, and 10. But it's a collaboration, so it's not just one person writing all of it. So it's been really, really good. So we're reading season 9 now. If you don't want to be spoiled, go away. Because now we found out that Lorelai's pregnant again. Yay, exciting. And I'm hoping that Jess comes back for Rory. That's my hope. Yeah?
Okay.
All right, that's it.
And now we're going to talk about what TV we're watching.
Yes, so you want to start?
We're watching season 1 of Stargate Universe. We have 1 episode left in season 1.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's so dramatic. So the Lucian Alliance figured out how to dial the 9th chevron and came through onto Destiny, and now they are fighting it out. I'm really worried about TJ because she's pregnant and they were threatening to kill her.
Yeah.
So we have 1 episode left of that.
Mm-hmm.
We might have time to watch it tonight because we only have 1 thing to watch tonight. Do you know what that 1 thing is?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Are you excited?
Yeah.
And we still have no news if...
Yeah, ABC doesn't release anything about renewal dates or anything until May. Because May sweeps.
Yeah, so we don't know about Agent Carter. That's what we're talking about, and if you didn't know. We'll talk more about that in a second. So, anything else you want to say about Stargate Universe?
Nope.
Nope, okay. You and I are watching Veronica Mars. We're in season 3, and just like Stargate Universe, we only have 1 episode left of season 3, and that's the end of the series.
But then there's the movie.
But then, yeah, there is the movie, which was crowdsourced by fans. So, yeah. So, we'll have watched the other episode and the movie by next week. So, yay.
Fans are great.
I know, fans are fabulous. Not only TV fans, but podcast fans, and music fans, and designer fans, and we love fans. Especially when it's hot. I knew you were about to do that. Okay. Felicity. I finished watching season 2 and I'm watching season 3. Oh my gosh, the drama.
Well, it is a J.J. Abrams show.
It is a J.J. Abrams show.
J.J. Abrams.
Craziness. Yeah, the Hubs was here when I was watching it. So I bet it was on Friday when you went to... No, it was on Sunday when you went to youth. And I was watching it because he was grading essays. And he was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I know, but I can't stop watching it. So... and then the Hubs and I are also watching Mad About You. We're rewatching it because we've seen all of them, but we're rewatching season 5. The clip show was crazy, and they called it the clip show, the episode. It's insane. Yeah. So, Damaris.
Yes.
I think it's time for you to talk about some TV.
Okay.
What are you going to talk about, or do you want me to tell us?
I'll say Marvel's Agent Carter. Episode 8, Valediction. That was the season 1 finale, because we're desperately hoping there's a season 2.
Crossing fingers, crossing toes. You can't see my toes, but I'm crossing them.
Okay, so I'm feeling some feelings.
You're such a geek. Why, you geeky girl?
We're all on a path, on our journeys. And
tell us who you're imitating, just in case people are like, what the crap is she doing?
I'm imitating James Darcy. He was just being ridiculous and putting on a fake American accent. It was like, we're all on a path, on our journeys, And I just, oh gosh. I'm sorry, I cannot even, I literally cannot even. He said that. Okay.
Oh, okay. So, go ahead. This one. This is the best line of the whole season. When Peggy says to Sousa, I know my value. Anyone else's opinion doesn't really matter. And it was like part of a larger speech about, because the higher ups were like recognizing what's his face?
Agent Jerkface.
That's his name. He's from Gilmore Girls.
Agent Jerkface. Agent Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah, what's his name on the show though?
Thompson. Agent Jerkface.
Yes, he was taking credit for everything when it was really Peggy. So, yay, fun times. All right. What else?
Angie's just the cutest. And then Jarvis gave Peggy Steve's blood.
A vial of blood, not like, here, have blood.
Have some blood, Miss Carter.
It was the last remaining vial of his blood. And what'd she do with it?
She poured it in the East River.
Yep, because they were using it for testing and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
And who decided that Zola and Finhoff should share a cell?
It's somebody that's hoping that season 2 will get renewed for season 2, and they'll have a storyline.
Yeah.
So, did you have anything else you wanted to say about Agent Carter?
I literally cannot even.
Did you say the part about Goodbye, My Darling?
Yeah, we talked about that's the scene where she poured.
Oh, where she poured the blood. Okay, sorry, I got confused. All right, so then next up was NCIS episode 12.16, Blast from the Past, and this one we got to know about some of Gibbs' deep undercover work. So the lady who like set up their identities was actually the bad person and was selling them. But so she had sold Gibbs' undercover identity, but she also sold Frank's and Jenny Shepard's. And so that was the blast from our past. And yeah. So it was a pretty interesting episode. Next up is 12.17, The Artful Dodger. Is that next week? Yeah, it'll be next week. So no new one this week. And then the Hubs and I are watching NCIS No. New Orleans. And that's pretty good. And then we're also watching Person of Interest Season 4. And it's interesting. I don't remember anything specific that happened. There's been too much that's happened in my life since I watched it. And then we are also watching The Big Bang Theory Season 8. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. So the whole group's talking about this scientific experiment saying that if two people answer these X number of questions together and then stare into each other's eyes silently for 4 minutes, they can't help but fall in love. So that was my grasp of the whole thing. There may be something different. So it was really funny because Sheldon and Penny did it just to see what would happen. And so we got to learn all these secrets about Sheldon and Penny. And we finally found out when Sheldon's birthday is because he's kept it a secret from everybody. And they threw him a surprise party. Okay. It was really funny. And then we're watching Call the Midwife Series 4. So there's only one episode left. But I'm really worried about Trixie. She's medicating herself with alcohol. Big time. Not good. And then the Hubs and I are watching Once Upon a Time Season 4, so it just returned from its hiatus. Oh my gosh. So now we have Maleficent and Ursula and Cruella de Vil working with Rumpelstiltskin, Mr. Gold.
Dr. Rush.
It's really a struggle to watch. What's his real name?
Robert Carlyle.
Robert Carlyle.
He's Glaswegian.
That's right.
Yeah.
In Stargate Universe, in that role as Dr. Rush, and then watch him in Once Upon a Time as Rumpelstiltskin Mr. Gold.
Dr. Rush, what are you doing here?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
He found a way to get off Destiny.
No, my thought was, you have magic. Why don't you just send everybody home?
Except yourself, because you don't want to go home.
That's right. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I am really over Once Upon a Time, but the Hubs really enjoys it, and so I watch it with him. Yeah. And then we watched some movies this week in honor of Leonard Nimoy. So I had seen all these, the Hubs had seen all these, but you hadn't, so...
I've never seen these in my life.
Okay, so why don't you tell us the 3 movies we watched?
Star Trek, the motion picture, and Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan! Khan!
Yes.
Khan!
And
Khan.
then, what else?
And then Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock.
Yes. So, we need to watch the next...
The Voyage Home, and then The Final Frontier. And...
I can't remember, I have to look them up.
No, there are 10 of them, aren't there?
I don't know. I will have to look them up. I had to look and see what we needed to watch first, so, when we were watching. Khan! Yeah. Hated the uniforms from the first one. They were awful.
They were ridiculous. And they have that black thing.
I looked it up, and it was supposed to be like a thing to transmit their medical data.
Stop.
To the sick bay.
Stop.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Stop.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, we're watching those in honor of Mr. Spock. And that's everything for TV. So let's move on to the next segment.
And I'm going to talk about our Winter Wonderland Cal.
And Charity Cal.
It's over.
Yep, for the last time we're talking about it this year. Well,
until December.
Until December. But the 2014...
Talking about it last time ever.
For the 2014-2015 edition, we're talking about it for the last time. I've had several PMs from people that want to send charity items to us to give to Knit for Peace. So that's really cool. So if you have items that you want to donate, just PM me and I'll give you our address. So why don't we start first, Damaris, by telling them who all finished projects in the final week, and then we'll do the prize winners.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Anne Fran 25, AZ Nitwit, Ben DJ, Blue Flame 0 times 2, Britter the Knitter, Bunny Lover times 12, Kazi Nono times 3, Celeste, Danny 89, Eileen D, Eleanor Gamgee, Ermelina, Francis NOJD, H Scruggs, Inagata Danita times 2, Jammin to Knit times 2, Jazzy Starshine times 2, J Will times 5, Karenina 4777, Kathy R times 2, Cat Wings, Kelly Cron, Nitty Girl 78 times 7, Nitty Van Cat, Little Angels G2
No, remember? Little Angel SG2.
Okay. times 3, Elle McCall, Lucy Goose 88, Lupin O's Jacob times 3, Maria Wilhelmina, Mimi Teacher, Phoenix Fire times 3, Pocket Sizz times 19.
I love that username. Pocket Sizz.
POKDEJ, Rose Bob times 2, Sand Rum, Sarah Jane McKelvey times 2, SJH 801 times 2, Tulip 102903, Vegan Jilly, and Ryder Darling times 4.
Way to go, everybody. I'm trying not to drop the prizes. They're in my lap. And it's crinkling. Okay, I got it. So let's talk prizes. So we had 4 prizes.
Ooh.
And we went ahead and did the random number generator off air. Mm-hmm. So we wouldn't have to sort through the pages because there was almost 900 entries. I know. That's our biggest Cal so far. So, wow. Great job, everybody. So, let's start. Well, actually, let me say first. So, if you're one of these prize winners, you need to send me Java Pearl, a PM on Ravelry, or you can email us at geekygirlsnet@gmail.com to claim your prize. You have 30 days from the date that this podcast episode goes live to claim your prize, or you forfeit your prize. So make sure that you send us a PM as soon as you see this. So let's talk about the winners. So first up, we had the 2 prizes donated by Eileen, who is Twisting Pearls. She donated a skein for each winner. And they're going to get a skein of Sweet Georgia Tough Love Sock 80/20 Merino Nylon, 425 yards in the Glacier colorway. So we did the random number generator. First up was number 24, who is Linda L. McCall from Pennsylvania. And the second winner is number 725, who is Amanda Little Panda 518 from Arkansas. So congratulations, L. McCall and Little Panda 518. Yay! Next prizes came from our bag of goodies. You want to hold it up there? It's the Knitter's Pride Carbons double pointed, are they 6-inch? Yeah, 6-inch, 15 centimeters sock needle set. And it has,
So many.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has 6 sets of 5 needles each.
Yes.
And it starts with US 0 and goes to US 3. And it starts with 2 millimeters and goes to 3.25 millimeters. So, the winner of this is number 134. Why did I try to say 5? Because we're talking about 5. 134, who is Christy Ray from Colorado. Yay, Christy. So send me a PM, Christy Ray. And finally, we have the British Birds project bag donated by Sam, who is Knit Run Dig,
Tweet.
on Ravelry. And it's British Birds on the outside, and the inside is gray with white polka dots. And it's a wedge bag. We just have it folded flat because it'll be easier to ship. So, that was donated by Sam, who is Stealth Dragon on Ravelry. And that winner is number 785, and it's Katie. Ravelry name is Nitty Van Cat from Canada. Yay! So, congratulations. So, Elle McCall, Little Panda 518, Christy Ray, and Nitty Van Cat. You need to PM me with your mailing address. Okay? And you have 30 days to claim your prizes. Yay! All right, let's move on to the next Cal. Bah.
Jeez.
Do you like the sheepy bass we put in? Bah.
The first one you did was terrifying.
I know, last week when I was doing it, I put in bass right after each other, so it was like, ba 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 ba. So then I spaced them out and just did a few, so, bah. Why am I buying?
I don't know.
Well, what's the name of what we're going to talk about?
Oh, The March, April, May Sheepy Spring Cal. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so this started on March the 1st, and it runs through the 31st of May. And what can they enter into this?
Something you can relate to spring somehow.
Yeah, so it can be any project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin. It can be any of the Ravelry crafts. And how could they relate it to spring?
Colorway name, pattern, design element. Yeah, something.
And what if they can't think of anything?
You made it in the spring.
That's right. So, you could not have started before March 1st, and you must finish by May 31st. Every project that you finish counts as one entry. And the hashtag is hashtag GGKSSK.
Not to be confused with slip knit.
That's right. And you can double dip in other things, other CALs. And we'll close it on the morning of June the 1st, and then we'll announce prize winners at the episode after that. There's the FO thread. You have to post your project in there, but there's also a chatter thread. And there's been some chatter going on of what people are working on, so that's really cool. So, should we talk about prizes right quick?
Sure.
Instead of digging them all out, we're just gonna put the pictures on the screen. So, first up we have donated by Kelly, who is Kelly Cron on Ravelry. She donated a goodie bag with a TARDIS wraps per inch keychain, a wraps per inch info card, a TARDIS yarn button, a toasted coconut Lolo bar sample, and a Doodle Dream card. Next up we have from Julia, who is Nimrus on Ravelry. From Pandia's Jewels, she donated 5 mini skeins. It's 24 grams, 120 yards, and 3 Star Trek stitch markers, unless Damaris steals them from you first. And then from our bag of prizes is a Top World drop spindle with Hilltop Clouds silk hankies to spin on it. So those are the prizes. If you would like to donate a prize, that would be really cool. Just send me a PM on Ravelry, Java Pearl, or email us at geekygirlsnet@gmail.com. Do you want to say who finished projects? Because what is today, the 4th?
Yes.
And we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 finished projects. People are busy. Busy, busy. Okay, so why don't you tell us who finished projects this week?
Danny89, Eileen D, Cat Wings ×2, Little Angel SG2 ×2, and Elle McCall.
Yay, good job everybody. Alright, I think that's everything for the Sheepy Cal. So let's move on to the next Cal. And to continue on in our Cal-tasticness, we have the Outlander Cal. The hashtag Kill Me Now Cal. Outlander is not safe for children. The books...
That means me.
Or the TV show, so Damaris does not watch it or read it, okay? Okay. So I'm co-hosting this with Jasmine and Gigi from the Knitmore Girls, Maria from Subway Knits, and Kristen from Yarngasm Podcast. It's an Instagram contest. So we'll be drawing randomly from projects posted on Instagram with the hashtag Kill Me Now Cal. KILTMENOWKAL. All this is in the show notes if you need it. And there's a thread in our group if you want to talk about stuff or ask questions. It can be for anything that you can connect to Outlander. I should have said that earlier. So it could be something like with a Celtic knot. It could be something, the colors of Scotland. It could be some of the knitwear that you've seen in the TV show. It could be even further on in the books when they are in America. So you just have to connect it somehow to the Outlander series. And every podcast has prizes. So let me right quickly tell you about the ones that I'm giving away. I'm going to put all these on the screen. First up is a skein of J. Supri yarn, which is an Outlander-inspired colorway, donated by Jess from Ginger Twist Studio, which is our local yarn store. And then next up, from Julia Nimrus of Pandia's Jewels and I, we are donating an Outlander socks kit. So you will get a skein of Pandia's Jewels snug base yarn in the Lollybrock colorway, the goodies and notions to match the theme of this kit, which would be the 4 buttons, the 2 badges, and the stitch marker, and a code to download my pattern that was designed for this yarn, the Lady of Lollybrock Outlander inspired socks.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Well, don't promise him that, because I don't have any of those. And then from Janice, who is Whippity on Ravelry, we have the Wee Black Face Sheep and the Ramsey McSporin patterns. So one winner will get both of those patterns. And finally, donated by Kelly, who is Kelly Cron. If you're in the U.S., you will get an Outlander candle, like I'm putting on the screen, which is from
Frostbeard.
Frostbeard. We need to write that in the show notes. I ask you every week. I can never remember.
I wanted to say Treebeard.
Yeah. Or if you're an international, if we do the random thing and you're international, you're not U.S., you will get a pattern from Ravelry of $10 or less. That's everything. Let us know if you have questions. Let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we answer them.
That's right. So what is this week's question, Damaris?
This week's question comes from Selena, who is Selena Mom 23 from Mississippi.
Yes.
And she asks, I would love to know how living in a flat compares with your experience in typical U.S. housing. Also, how grocery shopping and things of that nature might be different. For example, I read on a blog that in South Africa, everything is packaged in tiny containers as opposed to larger containers of buttermilk, etc.
Okay, so let's start with the housing. How is it different living in a flat compared to in the U.S.?
It's pretty flat.
But ching.
Professional comedian.
So,
I'll be here all week.
so, a flat is really just another name for an apartment.
Except everything is two-dimensional.
No. So what's different? Radiators. We didn't have radiators in the States. I know some people do in the States, but we had never had radiators before, so that's been interesting to get used to.
No dryer.
Yeah, most people do not have what a tumble dryer like we had in the States, which is common in the States. It's not as common here. So you have people hanging clothes on everywhere on racks, on the radiators. We dry clothing on the radiators. Sometimes if the radiator is on in the morning when I take the shower, I put my towel on it so that my towel will be warm when I get out of the shower. What else? Oh, okay. So we live on what we would call in the U.S. the first floor of the building. Here in the UK,
it starts at 0.
So we're on the ground floor,
we're
0.
At ground 0.
The next flat above us which would be second floor in the US, is first floor, and the one on top, which would be third floor in the US, is second floor. So you have to pay attention to that, because if you get into an elevator, which is called a lift, we don't have one of those, but if you were going to get in a lift and press 1, it would not take you to the bottom of the building.
It would take you just above the bottom of the building.
Yes, on the next floor up. So, what else about living in a flat? Well, here at least in Edinburgh, it's much more common for a flat to be at least semi-furnished, if not fully furnished. Mm-hmm. Which, I know there are some places in the U.S. that you can get that, but I don't think it's as common. Mm-hmm. So, our flat was completely furnished. We've added a few things that we wanted, but we could have just lived with what they had in here. Mm. So, anything else about living in a flat? Oh, I know. So, we don't have it because we're in our apartment building, obviously. But if you have what we would call in the U.S. a front yard and a backyard, here in the U.K. it's called a front garden and a back garden. So, we don't technically have a garden, but there is green space with bushes and flowers in front of us and behind us at our back windows. So we do have some green space. And
we're surrounded by the plants. Save us.
When the weather is warm enough, we open our windows and we can smell the flowers, but we have to be careful about bees flying in.
Yes. But there are no wasps.
No. Just bees.
Good.
Yes.
And the bees, we may be scared of them, but they just want to help us.
Yes.
And save the flowers.
And the honey.
Yeah, save the bees. Save the world.
Yes. Okay, anything else about the flat?
Bees.
Bees. Okay, so now let's talk about groceries. So
we get them delivered.
Yeah, which is not as common. I know you can get it in the U.S., but here in the U.K. it's very common to have your groceries delivered.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the grocery stores will deliver them for free if you buy a certain amount. I mean, if you buy less than that, you can pay to have it delivered. So we get our groceries delivered every 2 weeks. And in between, the hubs in Damaris go over to the shopping center to pick up like milk and bread and stuff like that. Speaking of milk, we get it not in gallons, but in
4 pints, I think.
4 pints is the biggest that they have it in. Eggs. They don't refrigerate eggs here.
Well, they're in the refrigerated.
They moved them.
They did?
They're over by the baked goods now, the bakery.
They used to be over right by the milk, so they were semi-cold.
But no, it's by the bakery now. Last time I was in there, I was like, whoa, they moved the eggs.
Whoa.
I know, crazy. Wow, there was something else. We actually took a pause because we were trying to think what else. Grocery, because I feel like we mentioned something when we were just talking about it, the question before the episode. The cheese is amazing here. We love cheese. We go through so much cheese. Cheese. I am finding a better selection of gluten-free items. I mean, even in the year and a half we've been here, when we first came, there was not as good a selection as there is now. So that's really helpful that there's good options for gluten-free. I know there are places in the U.S. to buy that sell gluten-free. I'm just saying that the selection has gotten a little bit better since we've been here. I can't think of anything else. I'm sure as soon as we finish recording, I'm going to be like, oh, we wanted to talk about that. But, yeah. So, yep, groceries. Yep, it's a grocery store. Yep, they sell food. We go there. U.S. stuff that is imported tends to be pretty high in cost because of, obviously, it being imported. I guess that's it. So, Damaris, if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
That's right. Well, let's move on to the next segment. Oh my gosh, Damaris. We're at the end of the show.
Yep.
But wait.
There's more.
Because, like I told you at the beginning, announcement-tastic. We have so many announcements. First announcement. Next week, we will be recording on Monday, the 9th of March, and the episode will go live on Tuesday, the 10th of March. Because?
EYF.
That's right. We will be insanely busy getting the last-minute stuff ready for EYF, so we're just going to record early. So you'll get a new episode next Tuesday, and then you'll have to wait until the following Thursday. So it'll be a week and a couple of days between episodes, but that's the best we can do. Okay? All right. Next up, the giveaway that we started last week is still going on. It is, let me think how to say this. Okay, so Amy, who is A. Bingham, and Bessie, who is BK Clan 2006, are opening a yarn store in Orange, California called Fiberlicious, and they're having a Kickstarter to help get things ready to open the shop in June 2015. And they are giving away to one viewer a project bag and skein of yarn. And to enter, you need to go to their Kickstarter page. It's in the show notes. And tell us what your favorite reward prize is in the thread in our Ravelry group, and we'll announce the winner next week. So, yeah, so make sure you enter that giveaway because we'll close the thread on Monday just before we record the podcast and choose a winner. Okay, Julia, who is Nimrus from Pandia's Jewels, and I have been collaborating like crazy. The conversations we've had now that we've discovered we can text each other. It's like, hold on just a second, I'm talking to Julia about another brilliant idea. So, I'm going to tell you about 2 of them. So, first up, the Doctor Who Villains Kit, which will be a single villain. So, it's not like the clubs with 3. This will be just one, like the Outlander kit. So, it's going to go on pre-order the 16th of March, and then the kits will ship out the week of the 6th of April. It's going to include yarn, and my sock pattern to go with the yarn, and an amazing goodie. Oh my gosh. Isn't it amazing?
Yes.
Remember I showed you? Damaris and I are both getting one because it's so amazing. So, The price is going to be $78 US plus shipping. Because the price is a little bit higher because of the goodie. Because it is such, oh my gosh, I just can't get over it. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love it. So, I'm putting a link in the show notes to where the kit will be when it opens for pre-order on the 16th of March. So it's not on the site now, but if you save that link and go there on the 16th of March, it will be there. Okay? And then the other collaboration, the Doctor Who Companions Sock Club 3rd edition. So 3 more companions. Okay, so this is going to go on sale the 18th of April. And then the kits will ship out the 18th of May, the 18th of June, and the 18th of July. And you'll get the patterns into your Ravelry library on the 25th of May, 25th of June, 25th of July. So you're going to get 3 skeins of yarn, 3 sock patterns, and an amazing goodie. It's really, really cool. I'm excited. Julia said last time we talked about it, she didn't know if she was going to send the goodie all as one piece or if she's going to separate it and send parts of it each of the 3 months. So she's still deciding on that. So prices. This includes shipping, so you don't have to add shipping to this. In the U.S., it'll be $160. In Canada, it'll be $174, and international will be $187. And the only reason for the price differences is the cost of shipping. It costs more to ship to Canada and internationally. So I'm putting a link in the show notes where for Julia's site, and it'll go on sale on the 18th of April. Don't those sound fabulous? I can't wait to get the goodies because they're going to be amazing. And I'm working hard on the designs, and I hope you'll love them. Okay, what is next? Upcoming in April and May, we're going to have another Cal. The Doctor Who inspired Socks Cal. And we are adding another co-host. So, it's going to be you, me, Sam from the Knit Run Dig podcast, and Julia Nimrus from Pandia's Jewels. So, we'll do more details after EYF, but you're gonna need to knit any one of my Doctor Who inspired sock patterns. And I'm going to have a coupon code so that if you don't have one, you can get a discount on it. And you'll be able to get bonus entries in the giveaway if you knit with any of Julia's yarn and or you use any Knit Run Dig project bag. And we have some great prizes that we're going to be giving away. And we're going to be giving away a prize a week if you chatter in the chatter threads. Because there's going to be chatter threads in all 3 groups. And so we'll randomly pick a group for the week and randomly choose a person that talked or that participated. So, yay. Okay, let me see what else on my list. We're Amazon affiliates. So if you want to support the podcast and you're in the U.S., if you'll click through one of the Amazon links on our website, Amazon gives us a little back. Thanks to those of you who do that because it does cost money to do a podcast. Unfortunately. I wish it was free, but it's not. Okay, is that everything, Damaris?
Yep.
Okay, so why don't you tell them where they can find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsknit.blogspot.co.uk. There are links to everywhere else we're online. YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Yep. And with that, I think we'll say goodbye. I've got to get this edited and then get back to EYF stuff. So we will talk to you next week. Happy knitting. Live long and prosper. Bye.
Bye. Professional. It's unprofessional.
Because you know we're professional podcasters.
It's uncivilized.
I should put this in at the end as a funny. So if you're watching this, it's because I did. I put it in as a funny because we're professional podcasters.
Okay.
Okay.